Hey guys, welcome back to Popcorn and Champagne.
This is season 3, episode 9.
Woo!
Hey Tiff.
Hey Toni.
What's happening? How you doing?
Doing well.
Good. Hey everybody.
well.
Thank you so much for watching. And also please make sure you go to our YouTube page and subscribe, as well as going to our
IG page at popcorn_champagne.
Yes, ma'am. And also, shout out to Colonel's Popcorn, our sponsor. And make sure that you go check them out where you can get the Toni and Tiff mix and get 10% off.
It's yummy.
Yay. So now it is time for
Infotainment. Our dude, Damar Hamlin, has been released by his physician.
Yeah.
He's all healed and ready to go and hit the field.
Yeah. So he collapsed, 3.5 months ago from cardiac arrest, right? And so now the Buffalo Bills are saying that the doctor for Buffalo Bills said he is good to go. How do you feel about it?
I mean, I think contractually they had to do the right thing. And it raised so much, awareness. I mean, it was a big deal.
It was.
When he collapsed like that. I'm hoping that they make the move to play him again.
Yeah, me too.
This has been done before. I was reading up that it happened to a hockey player professionally.
Okay.
And he came back in 2 weeks. Savage, right?
Well, there you go.
And it's happened in football before.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that they will take the risk. I know a lot of people I've talked to like
kind of nervous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or they think they're not going to play him.
Oh yeah, they're gonna play him.
But I think he's going to be fine. It was just one of those freakish things.
It really was. And then next we have, this is your jam here, honey. Love is Blind.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is on Netflix. So apparently they had the live show last week or a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
And
so I'm obsessed with this.
Yeah.
And they have like this cult following.
Are you part of the cult?
I am. I'm dedicated. And so they were going to do the second live broadcast. The first one was Chris Rock. Mm-hmm. And when they hit the button, everything failed.
Like, were you watching?
I was waiting.
Oh, okay.
I was waiting.
Okay.
I was in the queue.
Right. So you had to go to a waiting room, right? Like for 10 minutes or so?
Saying, we're trying to work on it. We're having technical difficulties.
Right.
But it hit the news like quick, right? And so it never happened. Meaning the live never showed.
happened.
So you had to watch it like the next day.
Yeah, and I know they kept giving messages, right?
Yes.
Twitter messages that it's going to be available. We promise, like the next day or something like that.
It was an epic fail, and it's going to speed up them doing the charges with all the devices that all the people you add onto your Netflix account.
Oh.
They're about to
I know they're about to crack down on that.
Yeah.
But I think the thing about Netflix, I mean, the first time they've ever done it was with Chris Rock. Yes. And it was a success.
It was a success.
So they're going to have to really figure out the technical difficulties.
Yeah. Because it's a good thing what they're trying to do.
It's different.
But Netflix, you got to get it together.
Yeah, they're going to have to get it together. So what they've proven is that the NFL is not going to come calling on to Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Because the NFL's on Amazon from Thursday nights. Yes. So they better be careful.
They're missing out.
They're missing out.
Get this right.
Definitely.
So, that was a mess.
Yeah. So, so there's a little documentary that may or may not happen. And it's called Freaknik 94, The Wildest Party Never Told.
Yes.
So you know that there's some people that are trying to stop it because like they're grown now, right? They're in
Black
their 40s,
women,
40s and 50s.
Yes. Grandmothers, professionals.
Yeah. And they're like saying, hey, don't show this documentary because it may or may not show me in a good light.
Let's take a pause here real quick. So I went to Freaknik 94, okay? And the background of this is it started out with the HBCUs
Greek picnic,
having a picnic.
Yep.
And then it just grew into this, massive party weekend. And I'm just going to put it out there. A lot of these people don't look the same like they looked in 94. So, baby, I don't understand what you're worried about because they might not recognize you anyway. And so let me just say for the record too, when my girlfriends and I went down there, we weren't doing all that. Now, you all know, people who know me, I'm not a prude. But what I wasn't doing was showing my woohoo on the camcorders, okay?
Okay.
I wasn't doing that. I was a good girl.
No, I believe it. You just went down there for the atmosphere. And you held Bible study.
I did.
Stuff.
Well, yeah.
So I get it.
Well, we didn't do that.
Well,
but
maybe.
my girlfriend and I, Lisa Gray, is my bestie from like.
Love Lisa.
Yes,
She's sweet.
Ground up, like.
Yeah.
And we made the Atlanta Constitution newspaper.
Ooh, honey, that's big time right
big time,
there,
baby.
honey.
We
Big
were so
time.
excited.
Big time.
So, but it was a lot of girls taking off their clothes and shaking it up in the park.
That's not me.
And
I would
now,
never do that.
the chickens have come home to roost.
Okay. Now everybody's panicking, aren't they?
Yeah.
There's a panic. So anyway, they're suing. So it may or may not happen. So we shall see. That's the story that I'm going to be watching. Next is our boy Jamie Foxx.
Now, honey, what is going on?
I don't know.
They are keeping this tight. TMZ can't even get into this.
Yeah, that's true.
I
That's
mean,
true.
if TMZ don't have it,
So I'm hearing
nobody
two
has
things.
it.
I heard it was a brain aneurysm, and you heard it was a stroke, right?
Well, no, I was saying.
It was from the symptoms that he
Yeah,
had. Yeah.
I said, honey, that man had a stroke.
Yeah,
They call it
yeah.
a brain bleed,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you know, black folks say, "Oh, he had a stroke."
Yeah, and we have strokes all the time when we can't get words out. It's like, oh, I had a stroke. But, you know, here's the thing that I read, I think on Twitter, that Martin Lawrence said that he's getting better.
Yeah, he made a
But
comment.
I hope he is out of the woods because we need
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
He is a national treasure.
He is, and he was
need
on
him.
location shooting a movie with
Yep.
Cameron Diaz,
Who came out of retirement.
Baby, we ain't seen Cameron. I love Cameron Diaz.
Girl, in
So,
ATL, honey, in the ATL.
I hope he gets better.
I do too. So now it's time for documentary recap.
Yes.
And so this is one I have not finished watching. Tell me about this Redefined.
Oh, yes.
The J.R. Smith documentary.
So-
and that's on Prime Video.
So, yes, it premiered April 4th. And basically, J.R. Smith got drafted into the NBA from high school, right?
Okay.
And so he started young, you know, he wasn't developed. He was still a child.
Sure.
But he struggled in his years in the NBA.
Okay.
You know, he was successful, but he had some issues within the league. You know, he was weed smoker. I don't know if he got arrested or not, but he just had a lot of drama going on. He wasn't really well liked. So fast forward to 36 years old, and he decides, you know what? He hasn't officially, I don't think, retired from the NBA, but he decides, I want to go and get my degree.
Okay.
And so he says, I want to go to a HBCU. So he picks North Carolina A&T.
Why did he pick that one? Was he living in North Carolina at the time?
That's a great question.
Okay.
But he picked them, and they have a golf program there. He has a passion for golf, and he wanted to make the team. And he did.
Oh.
And so
At 36.
At 36 years old.
Impressive.
And really the champagne moment for me is two things. One was him working on, because he had a learning disability when he was coming up. And that contributed to a lot of his problems as an adult in the NBA.
What was the disability?
Just like it took him longer to process
Process.
things.
Okay.
He never did say he was dyslexic, but it just took him longer to get it.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was overlooked back then. You know, learning this, they
Absolutely.
would throw you in these
It's-
special ed classes.
Yeah, and now it's not called learning disability, it's learning difference.
Okay.
They say that now,
Okay.
learning difference.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and so when he was they're showing you in college, he has a advisor that helps him
And gets
and a
accommodations.
tutor. It's just a different world now, and he is finding his way, and he made the dean's list.
Oh, good.
It was really, it's really, really
Oh,
a
that's
great,
really good.
great documentary. Second thing, the champagne moment is the team, the golf players that he plays with, his
Yeah.
teammates. They spotlight them, and so there's a Latino guy who came from I can't remember where he came from, somewhere in Mexico, but his family sent him over. Like, they can't speak any English, and they've never had anybody, a family member, graduate from college.
Sure.
So this was a big deal, and the guy is an amazing golfer. his daddy was a caddy, and he grew up around it in Mexico. And then they had another 2 other black guys that they highlighted. So I loved how he included all of them. You know what I mean? But it's a great story, and his wife is right there by his side, and it's really inspirational.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I haven't finished watching it, so I definitely will watch that this weekend.
Yeah.
That'll be my what you watching.
Yes.
So the next one is American Manhunt, the Boston Marathon bombing. And that premiered on April 12th. And it is a 3-part documentary that examines the 2013 bombing of the Boston, at the finish line.
Yeah.
Did you watch that?
I didn't watch this, but I was watching that marathon.
Oh my God, that was a horrible story. But listen, I'm going to be like Whoopi. I'm not going to say their names.
Yeah, no.
I'm not going to say it. I'm not giving them
credit.
that. But
Yeah.
partly because I'm not giving them credit, but the other part because I can't pronounce them. But but no, seriously, this is a really good documentary. I give it a champagne moment for sure, because the way they told this story was really good. How one of the younger brother, nobody could believe that he became so radical. So what happened, the older brother was a boxer. He was a really good boxer. So they moved here, of course, because at the time there was some fighting going on with that particular country and Russia.
So they sought refuge.
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Okay.
And he was a boxer, and he was trying to make it to the Olympics. Did not make it to the Olympics. So because he didn't make it to the Olympics, he got angry, because you have to be an American citizen to be, in the Olympics. He wanted to play for USA. And so he got mad. He got radical. And, all this hate America and all that. So that set the stage for him to plot this. And what he did, his younger brother, who was a really good kid, all around, just a great kid, all about, all American kid, really, because he was young when he got here. He started listening to his brother. And his brother turned him. Nobody could believe that this kid could be like that.
Remember when they was it the younger brother that they put his mugshot on Rolling Stone? And it was a big uproar about that because the kid is good looking.
He's beautiful.
And they were like, you're trying to, make this into something.
You're giving them more attention than they need.
Yes.
You're giving them more attention than they need. But they found, the brother was like, he's like, okay, he got a gun. Like the police are after him, and he's going toward the police with a gun, shooting. So they killed him. And then after they shot him, the brother was in a getaway car. He runs over his own brother. Yes. He runs over his own brother. Yes. Yeah. You got to watch it. They found him in a boat, and he was bleeding.
I remember that because I watched the movie.
You watch it. Yeah.
They did the movie.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. I do remember the movie. I do remember the movie.
And that was really good.
Yeah.
But wow.
Yeah. It's a good documentary. That's definitely a champagne moment.
Okay.
Considering how bad it is, but it is a champagne moment. I definitely will watch it.
Okay.
Yep. Now it's time for
drama recap.
Ooh.
Baby. Okay, so this is loaded. Obsession on Netflix. And when I tell you obsession is the word.
Yeah.
Literally. Times 100, right?
Yeah.
It's about a story about a son and his father who are obsessed with the same woman.
The father's more obsessed than the son.
So it's the son's girlfriend.
Yes.
Okay, who turns into the son's fiance. But right off the cuff, the father and the woman, the girlfriend, have a connection.
Yeah.
And she, propositions him, and it becomes this S&M type relationship, control and all of that. Well, long story short, the son ends up proposing to the girl. They're planning a wedding, and she's still having sexual relations with the father. And the son catches on to something that the father said to him.
Yes.
And he said, where did you hear that phrase from?
Yes.
And he starts thinking, because the girl is very mysterious.
Yeah,
right?
she is. She's very intriguing.
Yeah.
I mean, she doesn't, I don't think she's beautiful, but it's like the way that they have her storyline. She's intriguing. You want to where does she get this? Okay.
She has a story.
Yeah.
And the son is trying to figure out this story, like, okay, tell me about your mom and your past and all this.
Oh, God.
And she was just very, very guarded.
Yeah.
Well, honey, it leads up to the son following the father. and he catches them in the act. And
very
when
act.
I tell you in the act,
The very act.
and baby, it was tragic after that. I almost don't even want to tell y'all.
Yeah, I mean,
You guys tune in, but it's a lot of sex. It's vulgar.
and it's sad because the dad was like an accomplished physician. Like he separated some twins, conjoined twins. The mom is this beautiful
wife.
Oh my God, beautiful wife. They had a beautiful family.
Yeah.
And then this woman comes along
Yeah.
and changes everything for this
Yeah.
man. And even after everything that happens,
He still
he
wants to be with
still,
her.
the daddy still wants to be
Yeah,
with this woman.
yeah. He was so obsessed with her, and we can move on after this, but he was so obsessed with her that the son and the girlfriend stayed at this hotel, and they went on vacation.
Oh my gosh,
And the
yes.
father went and followed them.
That's crazy.
And then he went and asked the attendant or
To stay in the same
the
room.
housekeeping.
Yeah.
He said, "I want to go
Room
to
10.
Yeah,
Room 10.
He goes in and he starts smelling the bed and doing some other stuff.
Yeah, you got to watch it. That one was good. Listen, let me say, this one threw me completely off because usually the obsession is the way, the movies are. It's usually the woman obsessed with the man.
Yes.
This one, right. I wasn't ready for that one. You told me to watch that and I was like, okay, obsession. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one threw me off.
You have to have an open mind when you watch it, but it's messed up because what
100%.
father would do that to a son?
Yeah. Not a good father, obviously.
Yeah.
Next is The Power.
Yes. So this is a science fiction drama, which is kind of one of my favorite things to watch.
Yeah.
And it's a thriller, and it premiered back in March 31st. But it's starring my faves, Toni Collette and John Leguizamo.
That sounds great to me. I say rock that.
Leguizamo. Mm-hmm. I love him. But he plays Tony's husband. But all of a sudden, women are getting this electrical power. Okay. And it's almost kind of a girl power series because a lot of women that are in these oppressed countries are finding their voice and they are using their power to fight back.
Okay.
But they got electricity coming from their body. And
Can you electrocute somebody?
you can.
I need
You
to
can
get
set
that.
them, baby. You can set them on fire.
I got a few people I would do that to.
And
Just because.
Tony's so violent.
What?
And so I could, if I had the power, I could transfer it to Tony.
Oh, girl. Yeah. I would love that.
Yeah. So I'm here for it. It's still ongoing, but
So it's a series. It's not
series.
a movie. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on Amazon Prime. And it's really good. It's very empowering, but it's dangerous at the same time. But I'm here for it. I like it.
I
And
might
I
have
love
to-
Toni Collette.
Well, she has a great name.
She does.
Let's just start there.
She does, my friend.
Yes. The next one is Waco, The Aftermath. Showtime. It's on Showtime. Did you watch
I watched
that?
the first episode.
Very, very good. It's a 5-part drama series. It's on Showtime. It's portraying the aftermath of the FBI raid in 1993 standoff of the Branch Davidian compound.
They messed up.
A lot.
And
You
didn't
know-
want to admit it.
Yeah, no, they really did. I mean, that really probably goes down as one of the worst in history of epic fails for the FBI.
I mean, a 51-day standoff.
I remember that. I remember watching. I know we talked about that before on the show,
Yeah.
but I remember watching that when it was actually happening.
Yeah.
But the series, it kind of makes you think like these people that were on. They don't like it to be called a compound. They don't like to be called a cult.
Yeah.
But they were not being held hostage. They were
No.
saying that. They were saying they were not being forced to do anything that they wanted to do. But of course the FBI thought they were, because
Yeah.
it was a cult or whatever. But I love it because Michael Shannon, who we like,
Michael Shannon.
yeah, who is George, and he's done many things, but he's in George.
And
Hey, Possum.
baby. That man can transform
He really
into
can.
anything.
I love everything about him. His cadence, the way he speaks, the way he looks. I mean, it's I like him.
He's a chameleon.
Yeah, he really is. He really is. But I think this one is going to be really, really good. I'm excited about watching this because they're really trying to show the human side of those people, that they really weren't part of cults. But also, what I didn't know is that this really helped radicalize like Timothy McVeigh and Terry Nichols, who did, the shooting, the bombing in Oklahoma.
Bombing.
Yeah. So I didn't know that.
Man.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I forgot about that bombing.
Yeah.
That was awful.
Yeah, that was horrible. It really was. It was horrible. So now it's time for movie recap. And Tiff. Okay, Tiff's notes are out of order.
So, guys.
Okay,
listen.
talk about movie recap for a second. Talk about what was supposed to happen today.
So, guys, we had a special guest today. It was Brian Edgerton, who graduated from Tennessee State University and majored in engineering. Super, super duper smart. He is an Omega Rho Psi chapter. And we got our dates mixed up. Well, he did. But, Brian, we love you. But Brian is an accomplished writer,
yes,
author, all this. And I'm just so heartbroken that we cannot have him sitting here with us because he's amazing.
Yeah.
But he wrote a movie that premiered on Netflix called On a Wing and a Prayer. And it featured Dennis Quaid and Heather Graham played Dennis's wife. And it's based on a true story of a couple that it's a faith-based movie, but it's based on a true story of a couple that took a private plane. They were attending, Dennis Quaid had a brother that passed away. And to get back home, they chartered a plane. And Dennis Quaid was struggling with his faith, right? Yeah. And he had just kind of given up because the closest ones, people to him, had left him.
Yeah.
He loved his brother. His brother just died suddenly. And
he was just with his brother.
Yeah. And he was just struggling, with his faith and belief and, so they get on this plane. So the pilot seems like, good pilot, whatever. They take off.
Bless his heart.
And my man has a heart attack in mid-flight. And Dennis turns to ask him a question, and he's over like dead. Okay? So Dennis had to end up flying the plane. So the whole movie takes off from that point, really.
Yeah.
Where Dennis did have a little bit of flight time where he was practicing to be a pilot, but it was like maybe 4 hours, something crazy like that. But it shows you how air traffic control helped this man and, all that. But not only that, they prayed while they were in midair. And his wife was a real cheerleader. And they survived it.
Yeah. I like this movie. I liked it a lot. I like the fact that it shows how you just put your trust in God.
Yes.
It's going to work out if you put your trust in God. There's been times when you can question things that happen in your life, but if you trust God, it will all work out. And Dennis Quaid did such an amazing job in this to me. And Brian did excellent writing this, obviously. But to have a powerhouse like Dennis Quaid in a movie like this, I mean, that really speaks volume to the type of writer that Brian is. Yeah. And I can't wait to see what's to come from him.
So Brian's going to make it up to us. And we're going to have him on the show.
Yes.
He has a lot going on right now with, the
good
movie
stuff.
Just premiered.
Yeah, good stuff.
So he is really in demand, but we talked to him before the show. I was really wanting him here, but it's okay. But he is also the head writer for Tyler Perry on a lot of Tyler Perry shows.
Meet the Browns, House of Pain. I mean, he's really accomplished.
Yes.
I mean,
He's written 3 novels.
Books. Yeah.
So this dude is gonna change the game. This is not the last that we're gonna hear about him. So we're definitely gonna have him back.
Yeah, for sure.
On the show because he owes us. My brother.
Brian, we're hoping that all is well with you, and we'll see you definitely next season.
That's
for
right.
Sure,
That's
for
right.
sure. Now it's time for What You Watching. Ooh. I don't watch this.
Okay.
I don't watch it.
You don't?
I don't watch this.
The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Yeah.
I am a sucker for period pieces.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's based in the 1950s. I've covered this earlier, but it was also in What You Watching. But it's a great series. It's a very award-winning series. But it's about a female comic trying to make it in the 1950s, and the cast is phenomenal. And her story it just reminds you of like a Carol Burnett, or
I love
you know what
Carol
I mean,
Burnett.
like, and she found her way to the top eventually. But back then, women were not seen the same as men.
Yeah.
So it was harder for her, but it is highly entertaining. I between her parents, her home life, hilarious. Her in-laws, amazing. The maid, it's just a lot of fun.
Is this the last season?
It's the last season.
And
so
this is
sad.
on Amazon, right?
It's on Amazon Prime. So this season they're showing you her claim, like how she made it to be famous.
Okay.
So they're starting out each episode with a present day interview.
Okay.
So now she's made it.
Okay.
She is.
She's there. She's there.
She's
Does this have any true story? Is this anything?
I think it's a little bit of everybody.
Inspired?
It's like Lucy. I love Lucy. It's all those comics back in those days that were trying to really make it.
Okay.
And they made it.
Okay.
And she's a tough woman. It's all based in New York. And so, those New Yorkers are made of a different type of deal.
And we love them.
Yes. But it's a champagne moment for me. I love this series. It's amazing.
Wonderful. So the next movie, I'm gonna let you pronounce that.
Chevalier.
Chevalier. Okay.
Which has premiered. It went straight to the silver screen, and it is starring Kelvin Harrison, who this guy is one to watch. Okay, he's been in independent movies.
Okay,
which have been great.
Okay,
strong independent movies.
Good.
Called Loose and Waves. I highly recommend you check those movies out because Kelvin is a powerhouse.
Is this a true story?
It is.
It is a true story because this is set like in 1796, right?
So he is a French Caribbean musician. He's an accomplished violinist and composer. And he just rose to fame within this time. He had friends like Marie Antoinette.
Okay.
And he was a fencer. He was an accomplished fencer. Okay. And he also he was a man of color, and he ended up conducting his own orchestra. So this was like a big deal back then for a, man of color, a black man.
Sure.
And it just tells his story. He fought in a war. And he got the cavalry together to fight against the British troops.
So are you gonna go watch this?
Oh, most definitely.
You're gonna go? Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Again, it's a period piece,
right?
I love it.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see. He was like the best violinist. And then there's a rumor out there that eventually him and Mozart, crossed paths.
Whoa.
And they're saying that a lot of Mozart's compositions mirror his.
Well, of course. Are we surprised?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Of course it does.
So I think it's one to watch. I'm going to go see it.
So the next one is Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Everybody knows about this, right? Judy Blume.
Baby.
Margaret Simon. Everybody knows about those books and when you were 11 or 12. So basically the premise is Margaret moves her family and then moved to New York when she's 11 or 12. And, her mom is Christian, her dad is Jewish. Yeah. And the whole conflict of trying to figure out, what do I want to be? And then, she goes through puberty. You read the books, right? Don't you remember those Judy Blume books?
Long time ago.
It wasn't that long for me. But I did. I did read those, but it wasn't very long ago.
Oh, by the way, I'm pregnant.
My God, there is a miracle, right?
A miracle.
It's a miracle. That's what you should name the baby. Miracle. Name the baby Miracle.
I love it.
Look, you know what? Chance is getting ready to leave. Oh, but I can't.
Wait.
Anyway.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Moving on. But anyway, that's coming out very soon.
I might take my niece Megan.
You should take her.
Yeah.
You should take her. It's going to be very nostalgic for you.
Yeah.
It's going to be very nostalgic for you, for sure. And the next one is, oh my God. Jury Duty.
Guys, I swear this is on Prime Video.
It's on Prime Video. For
you guys have got to tune in.
It is hilarious.
Girl, today I was laughing my butt off.
Are you on episode 9? Because that's the latest episode.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm behind. But
okay. Oh, God.
Okay.
Hilarious. So it's a mockumentary. And so a mockumentary is like The Office, right? Yes. If you like The Office, if you like Abbott Elementary, you'll get this. It is hilarious. So the premise is that everybody is an actor.
Yes.
Except one guy.
The courtroom, the jury, everything.
It's about jury. They're bringing this together. There's a fake trial. And the foreman thinks that this is a real deal.
Yeah.
He is the only person that does not know that this is an act.
And they have actor James Marsden.
He's so funny.
Is killing it.
He's killing it.
He is like a famous person on Jury Duty.
Yes.
And he is making it even more.
Oh my God, he's so funny. So like when he was saying, like he's got a script to read, right? And it'll say confidential. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, you see my script? Yeah, you see it right here. It says confidential, can't tell you what's in it. You see it? It is so funny.
It's the best.
Oh my gosh. But what's so funny? What about the lady that keeps falling asleep? The old lady.
Oh my God.
Oh gosh, it's so funny.
It is.
I like the bailiff.
I like the black lady.
Yes.
Yeah. No, she's killing it.
She's killing it.
The judge, like all of it, guys.
It's so good.
If you like The Office, tune in.
Oh my God, yeah. I love it. I give it a champagne moment all day long. All day long. Oh my gosh, the next one that I'm so super excited about is a Black Lady sketch show. That premiered April 14th.
Okay.
Oh my God. I love sketch comedy. You know, SNL is appointment television for me on Saturday nights. But this is written by and starring the funny Robin Thede. And season 4 is packed. So season 4, she's going to have guest appearances of my favorite person, Tracy Ellis Ross.
She bad.
She is the perfect person to be in a sketch comedy.
Yeah.
I
don't know why it hasn't happened sooner.
I don't know. I mean, when she was in Blackish, she was in Girlfriends for years. But even she also set in for Jimmy Kimmel.
Yes, I remember that. She did a great job.
She is the bomb.
Yeah,
I love her.
I love
Bobby
her too.
Brown is going to be on there.
What he going to be doing?
I don't know.
Bless his heart.
Bobby. Of course. And then Issa Rae, who has been on the show before, and you know, she's also really good friends with Robin. Omarion, who is on the show, he has a recurring role. If you've watched this, you will understand Omarion's role in this. It is so funny. Oh. Sometimes some of the sketches aren't funny.
Okay.
Most of them are. Some of them
are they making fun of him or
no? Robin is like one of the girls in there is like his girlfriend, his wife. You gotta watch it, and I think it starts in season 2. I think it's when he came on, but some of it you just stay with it.
Okay,
stay with it. I mean, they have so many funny skits that a lot of Black women get. Like we get each other. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm a fan of Robin Reed. Yeah. And I was watching it when it first came on, and it had something about end of the world.
Yeah, when the space thing.
It lost me a little bit.
I get it. That's what I'm telling you.
Okay.
When you see that kind of stuff, it's not that funny.
Okay.
But some of the other skits,
but it was a hard watch. But I'm gonna watch it.
Oh my gosh, when she's like the Betty Shabazz Black Lady, just oh my God, there's so many of them. And then they had this one skit, and we'll move on. It was called Black Lady Courtroom. Go to YouTube and watch that one. That one was the funniest of all. I love that. And I think Abbott Elementary chick, she was in it. Quinta Brunson. She used to actually be on the show.
She did.
Yes.
She was one of her girlfriends.
Yes, she was.
Wow.
Great show. I love it.
That's gonna be us
Let's
one
just
day.
give it a shot. Because it's Black girls.
No, I'm totally going to do it.
Get black girls.
For sure.
So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us today. I know. She's a little sad because our guest didn't make it today. However, we are going to take a little bit of a break, and we're going to be back with season 4. It's okay, darling.
Well,
It's okay.
So,
It's okay.
No, because you're our family and friends. So it's a lot going on, right? Toni has a son that's graduating.
Yes.
And
My
I
sweet
want to say something.
Oh my gosh.
Toni is an amazing mother, okay? And this is her only child. And I want everybody to be in prayer for the Fitzgerald family.
Thank you.
And to uplift my sister, okay? Because she's sending her child off to college.
Going to Virginia Tech.
And we are giving her a month.
I might need longer than that. I don't know how it is.
To do this. But if I got to go over there and rub her feet and do what I need to do.
I'm going to hold you to it.
But this is a major time in your life.
It is.
And I was just telling her today, and the bride still look good. She got a full grown son. Now prom's this weekend.
Prom is coming up. Yep.
And it's just gonna be bittersweet.
It is. I'm excited for him. He has definitely put in the work. He's worked hard. I mean,
you have to.
Along with Chauncey
Yes.
and my parents and Chauncey's parents, we put in the work.
It takes
and
a village.
It takes a village. And so I'm very proud. So thank you so much for saying that.
Yes.
But you know what, y'all? Check on me. Check on me.
Check on your strong friends.
Yeah, because that's my only one.
Yeah.
And so you already know how that goes.
Yes. So this is
anyway.
our last episode of season 3.
Mm-hmm. We'll be back soon. I know.
And so when we come back, we're gonna have more stuff. We got some things planned for you guys.
We got good stuff planned.
We do.
Like really good stuff.
We do.
Yeah.
And we had some great news today. But when we come back,
Oh yeah, we did good news.
we had great news today that moves forward popcorn and champagne. I also want to give a shout out to our producer, Aaron, the creative, Aaron Walton.
Definitely.
Without this, my brother, we'd be lost. And I appreciate you.
But y'all, we coming back. Tiffany sounds like we.
No, we're coming back. We're coming back. But you know, it's just
Coming
bitter.
back. I
This-
get it.
This is my baby. I ain't got no babies. I got a dog named Spartacus. But
no, shout out to Aaron. Shout out to Aaron. Thank you, Aaron, for all that you do.
And he's great, and we're lucky to have him. We're blessed. But when we come back in the summer, we got some things we need your participation on.
Absolutely.
And your support.
Yeah.
So you will be the first to know. We're excited about it.
Definitely.
Got a lot of collabs going on. So we're growing.
Yeah. And we really are.
Yeah.
I mean, Mama, we made it.
Mama,
look where we started.
Mama, we making it.
If you all went to our live event at Analog, y'all saw that tape that we were doing that Aaron, our producer, put together for us, where we were shooting it on my iPhone.
At my kitchen table.
At the kitchen table.
So, yeah. So don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes. And watch it. Yeah, finish it a whole show.
Please.
Yeah, please watch it.
Can you give it more than just 5 minutes? Because that goes towards everything for us.
It does.
Right?
It
it goes towards our views on YouTube. So it's very important. And we ask that you spread the word. And, we 2 black chicks out here trying to make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we want to share our vision and our passion with you. We really, really love what we do. So
it's a lot of fun.
yes.
A lot of fun.
And then don't forget to follow us on IG at popcorn_champagne.
Yep. Special shout out and thanks to our sponsor, Colonel's Popcorn.
Yes.
Make sure you go out and check the Toni and Tiff mix, the T&T mix, which you get 10% off. Mm-hmm. And we will be back. But before we go, we need to tell Andy Cohen, call us.
Yes. And I don't know, Chris, you like us? No.
Kris Jenner. Chris, Mom, do I need to start talking like that for you too?
We will.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
Yeah.
Bye, guys. Take good care.
We love you.
Bye.